And namaste, everybody. In our weekly follow-up and family reunion, we have our resource person very near and dear, Dr. Sundaraj Bhaiya with us. Sundar Bhaiya, namaste. Welcome.
Namaste, Parikshit Bhaiya. So,
Dr.
we
Bhaiya, over to you.
can take some questions before we start the session.
Sure, Bhaiya.
If anyone is having any question, please raise your hand, or you can type it in the chat window.
सर नमस्ते।
नमस्ते।
जी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी सर, अब आने लगी सर। ठीक है सर।
ओके, बोलिए।
जी ठीक है सर। सर
हाँ, आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है?
नहीं सर, अभी ठंडी पड़ रही है, ठंडी में क्या करना चाहिए? हमारे मध्य प्रदेश में बहुत ठंड पड़ रही है।
ठंड ज्यादा है
जी
तो नॉर्मली ठंड को कम करने के लिए त्रिकटु चूर्ण बोलते हैं, एक पाउडर है। उसमें जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स होते हैं वो बहुत ही सिंपल सा इंग्रेडिएंट्स है।
हाँ।
एक सोंठ बोलते हैं ना, ड्राई जिंजर पाउडर। हेलो, am I audible? Hello.
You are audible. Audible, sir.
Yeah. So dry ginger powder is one thing, and the other one is black pepper powder. So we call tricatu. Out of the three, the third one is pippali. So you will get easily in the market or in any Patanjali store or in any Ayurvedic shop this tricatu churna. This tricatu churna will produce some heat inside the body. So if you can take a pinch of tricatu churna and put it on your tongue and just chew it like that, if you can do it for 5-6 times in a day, that will produce some heat inside the body and reduce the effect of coldness outside the this place. So that you can do. So yeah, many people have raised their hands. So if you can give mic to them. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Surya ji, you want to ask something?
No, nothing, sir.
Okay. Rajendra Prasad ji, you can just unmute and ask if you have any question.
हाँ सर, वो आप अभी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी सर।
आवाज नहीं आ रहा है?
जी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी, अब बताइए सर।
ओह, तो हमने कहा है कि एक पाउडर होता है त्रिकट चूर्ण। तो अगर आप उसमें क्या होता है, काली मिर्च का पाउडर, सौंठ का पाउडर और पिपली का पाउडर तीनों मिला के रहता है, उसको त्रिकट चूर्ण बोलते हैं। उसको अगर आप चबाएंगे एक एक चुटकी मुंह में लगा के ऐसे 6-7 बार दिन में, तो वो गर्मी से गर्मी कम हो जाएगा। गर्मी नहीं, ठंडापन कम हो जाएगा। ओके, इज दैट क्लियर?
जी सर, थैंक सर।
Okay. So let's start our session. Just give me one moment. I'm just starting my screen sharing. Yeah. Good. Oh, chill. 41403. So today we will learn about this Rutucharya. Rutucharya is a very important topic in Ayurveda. So just now, Rajendra ji asked us about this very important question: what to do in this particular uh, season where the cold is too much. So we need to understand so many things um, which will affect our health, and one thing is season. Seasonal change will have definitely a impact on our health. And if you observe the universe, plants and animals, they change according to the season. You see so many changes in the plants in according to the season. In some seasons they shed their leaves, some seasons they bloom, some seasons they give fruits, and according to the season they change. Similarly, you see so many animals which shed their skin. Some, in some seasons they try to get and accumulate a lot of food, and some other season they'll go into the burrows and hibernate. So according to different seasons, their lifestyle changes, and no one is advising them to change it. It comes naturally to them. But for human beings, we need to earn this knowledge. We need to understand what happens in which season, and then accordingly we need to you know correct our entire regimen lifestyle, which is which will suit the particular season and which will make us healthy. So this there is this accumulation period and release period. According to Ayurveda, there are two things: adana kala and visarga kala. Adana kala, the sun will take away all the energy from the entire universe. the, it is normally very hot, and all the organisms become very weak in this hot season. And then there is Visarga Kala, where sun will give back the energy. So according to that, we need to understand this is just a simple division, but there is more to it. So, for example, in India, we have 6 seasons. So, Vasant Ritu, Vasant Ritu, Grishma Ritu, Sarad Ritu, Sisira Ritu, Hemanta Ritu, and Shivangri Vasahe. Shishir Ritu, Vasant Ritu, Grishma Ritu, Varsha Ritu, Sarad Ritu, and Hemant Ritu. So it starts with Vasant Ritu. Normally, a year starts with Vasant Ritu. So these 6 seasons, you can see wonderful changes and different type of changes in the environment. And it is very important for us to understand the seasonal changes, and accordingly, we have to uh, just a moment, correct our lifestyle. So this is the topic for today. So this Shishira Ritu, Vasanta Ritu, and Grishma Ritu, this is the time when sun will take away all the energy. Then Varsha Ritu, Sarad Ritu, and Hemant Ritu, this is the time when sun will give the energy back. So Shishira Ritu is winter, Vasanta Ritu is spring season, Grishma Ritu is summer season. Varsha Ritu is rainy season, Sharad Ritu is autumn, and Hemant Ritu is pre-winter. Normally you know, um, in India, we call this as Uttarayana, Shishira, Vasanta, and Grishma Ritu. And Dakshinayana is Varsha Ritu, Sharad Ritu, and Hemant Ritu. So this is how normally it is. So Vasant Ritu starts uh, at March, second week or third week, or sometimes last week of March, and it continues till May second week. So March and April, generally Vasant Ritu. Mid-May to mid-July is Grishma Ritu. Mid-July to mid-September is Varsha Ritu. Mid-September to mid-November is Sharad Ritu. Mid-November to mid-January is Hemant Ritu. And mid-Jan to mid-March is Shishira Ritu. This is how we classify the Ritus. So now it is Jan. So it is Shishira Ritu, which is winter. So Hemanta and Shishira, both the Ritus are cold Ritus. Okay, so you can say winter season. So in the Hemanta Ritu and Shishira Ritu, what we have to do will be almost similar. So as you can see in the picture, I'll just give you a simple example of what happens and what we have to do. So Hemant Ritu is early winter, mid-November to mid-January, and then late winter is mid-January to mid-March. So there'll be, cold winds, intense sunlight. So body generally is strong now, and the digestive fire increases, and the appetite increases, hunger increases, and the accumulation of kapha dosha is seen in this ritu, in this season. So diet which is recommended in this particular season is salty, heavy, unctuous. Unctuous means snigdha guna with some oil, ghee, and butter and other things. Heavy meal because the digestive fire is strong. You can also take milk and milk products, green gram, black gram. You can drink a lot of hot water. And I have told those people who live in extreme cold place, they can use more of pepper and all the spices. All the spices, you can increase the quantity of the spices so that they will reduce excess coldness inside the body. Recommended lifestyle: you can apply oil to the body, warm oil to the whole body, and do nice oil massage to the whole body and also to the scalp.
No sound, no vision.
जी, kindly wait. Sundar Bhaiya is joining in a while. जी, seems some network issue with Sundar Bhaiya. Just kindly wait. Sundar Bhaiya joining in a while.
I welcome all the students and faculty members to this refresher course of holistic human health. And I'm so happy you are so regularly attending these sessions and giving your feedback and implementing these universal human health principles in your life, and you're also sharing your feedback with us. I want to go more deeper and deeper into this holistic human health because a lot of potential is remaining untapped, unexplored. We need to explore this energy. Most of the time, as far as health is concerned, we are struggling to stay in the base level. Mostly we have some or other physical or mental problem, and we are trying to get rid of these problems and trying to stay healthy without any problem. But as for the definition of WHO and also the traditional definitions of health, staying without any ailment or disease is not health. Health is a state of physical, mental, social well-being. It is a state where you are in a perfect condition, both physically, mentally, and socially. In fact, I would also like to add spiritually. So we can explore, we can think about what else we can do to go to the next level. We are at the base level. We can go to the level 1, level 2, level 3. We can go to the level 10. We can stretch the limits of our own body, stretch the limits of our own self, and we can achieve wonders. So many people have done it. They have explored, they have tapped their potential, and they did miracles with this thing. So all we have to be doing, all we have to do is understand the right principles, have the right understanding and right knowledge, and apply it in our own life. That is more important. Application is the most important part. So if you look at the recap, we all know that human being is a coexistence of self and body. Body is just a tool, wonderful tool gifted to us, and all we have to do is use the tool properly. And our natural acceptance and our own self knowledge will help us utilize these basic health principles, which are universal in nature, but we can apply them in our own lives to modify our own food and lifestyle and strengthen our own self. So these principles are universal and they are rational, they are logic. You can verify them with you can understand them with logic, and you can also verify them in your own life, and that will lead to harmony in health. So as we all know, human being is a coexistence of human body and self. Self is a unit of consciousness. It is a subtle unit. Very you can't say that this is the self, and you can't say that self is in this particular place. You can't say that the self is in the brain or self is in the heart. You can't say. In fact, self is not inside the body. Self is with the body. Body is there, self is there. Both are coexisting. Nothing is, self is not inside the body. Body is not in the self. They are together. Self is separate. Body is separate. Both are distinctly different entities. So self is a unit of consciousness. It is a subtle unit, and body is a material unit, gross unit, and it is a tool of the self. It follows all the instructions given by the self, and these instructions, if the self is giving these instructions with awareness, with complete knowledge, with right understanding about how to utilize the body properly, with right understanding about the art of communicating with the body, whatever body sends, whatever signals body sends to the self, if the self is able to comprehend, if the self is able to analyze properly and take the right decision, then these instructions given by the self to the body will yield best results. Body will go to the next level. Okay, so self is self-organized in itself. There is already harmony inside, and that harmony can be preserved with right understandings and right feelings. And body is also self-organized. All the organs and organ systems, even the tissues, cells, even the inside the cell, all the mitochondria, nuclei, and all these parts, each and every part of the body is in a harmony. All the parts of the body are beautifully working together in a synchrony, in a beautiful synchronization is happening inside the body, and we need not to do anything to create that harmony. We always this harmony is there. We have to do only certain things so that this harmony will not get disturbed, and we need to avoid certain things so that this disturbance will not happen again and again. So all we have to do is gain this right understanding, this capacity to choose a response, how to treat this body, how to utilize this body, because body's response is always definite. If you feed it a wonderful food, it will nourish itself. If you feed it with things like unhealthy food and whatever it is, it will damage itself. It will try to minimize the damage, but ultimately it will get damaged. This response is fixed. There is no change in the response, but we have the ability to alter our response in a right direction with the right understanding and right knowledge and right feelings towards the body. So this is what we need to do. And we all know that these principles are universal, but the guidelines, they might vary. I might tell you these are the principles, but how you implement them in your own life depends upon so many things, like depending upon your age, your body type, depending on the time of the day, season, so many things, so many factors play vital role in deciding how to implement these principles in life. So this is the essence of this entire holistic human health, where this yellow part is the understanding part and blue part is the application part. Application is also very important, but with applying without understanding can be dangerous. So understanding is also very, very important. So I will discuss a few of the guidelines based on the principles which we have already discussed. Like one principle is body is a material unit, and body is temporary in nature. At one point of time, slowly the degeneration happens, and there is a constant change in whatever things happening inside the body. There is a constant change. So we need to take appropriate food, water, air, sunlight, and so many other things which we feed the body to nourish the body. That should be appropriate as per the growth of the body. If you're a teenager or a child, you need lots and lots of nutrition, lots and lots of nurturing foods, high protein, and all these things depend. What you choose to eat depends upon your age. One factor is age, and another important factor is again your constitution. So in the old age, you might not need lots and lots of nurturing food. You need more and more of cleansing foods, more and more of foods with lots and lots of fiber, which will remove all the accumulated toxins from the body. But in the teenage growing age, you might need high protein diet, high nutritious diet. So here again there is a debate of can we eat vegetarian food, or can we eat non-vegetarian food, or only we have to stick with vegetarian food. This is a big debate, and people have so many opinions about it, but we need to understand what science tells us about. Even if you look at herbivorous animals and carnivorous animals, there is a difference in the body setup. Animals which eat only plant-based food, their intestines, their internal setup is different, and animals which eat other animals, their setup inside the digestive system is completely different. If you look at the digestive system of a human being, around 25 feet long intestines we have, through which the food passes, unlike the carnivorous animals where this gut is very, very short in length, and their digestive capacity, the kind of digestive juices they produce to digest this non-vegetarian food is different, and the kind of digestive juices we produce and the time it takes to digest the entire non-vegetarian food and the time it takes to travel from mouth to anus, it is almost 48 hours. So slowly it travels through the gut. If you take vegetarian food, fruits and vegetables filled with lots and lots of fiber, they travel very fast. whereas non-vegetarian food, it travels very, very slowly. So while it is traveling, it tends to get degenerated, it tends to get putrefied, and so many toxins get produced. If the digestive system is weak, lots and lots of toxins might get produced, and it might disturb the entire digestive system. Previously, when people were doing lots and lots of physical activity, they used to easily digest heavy food. Even in vegetarian food also, there are so many food items which are very, very heavy and difficult to digest, but people were like very strong both physically and digestive system. Their digestive fire is very strong, was very strong, but right now it is not so strong. And if you eat lots and lots of heavy food, whether it is non-vegetarian food or vegetarian food, it might slow down your digestive system. Students, maybe 20s and late 20s, they might not have so much of problem in processing the entire this thing, but in the long run, if you keep on eating food items which might disturb the digestive system, then there can be so many other problems. And we have seen that in the past lectures and past workshops, we have seen that so many students of first year, they are having so many problems with digestive system and related problems. In fact, all the diseases, they have their origin rooted in this disturbance in the digestive system. If the digestive system is perfect, we will always have a healthy and not just a healthy body, also the healthy mind. It directly depends upon, if your stomach is upset, obviously mind also, self also becomes, there will be a bit disturbance in the self also. Of course, self is having the ability to stay calm and strong in spite of the differences, disturbances in the body, but for that you need lots and lots of practice and awareness. And as per the constitution of the body also, we need to choose the food wisely, because a person with Vata Prakriti will not have a regular kind of hunger. Sometimes their hunger will increase or decrease, or it's like sometimes lots and lots of appetite, sometimes absolutely no hunger. And Pitta Prakriti, consistently high appetite. Kapha Prakriti, consistently medium appetite. So according to the constitution also, we need to choose right kind of food. So this is something where we need to have more knowledge, understanding about our own constitution. And we have a lengthy questionnaire where you will be able to assess your own physical mind body constitution, so that you will understand, you will have a right knowledge of what kind of food items I have to choose for my own constitution. I will try to send this constitution questionnaire once again, and I would recommend all of you to take this questionnaire, answer this questionnaire, understand, have an understanding about your own physical constitution, because we all know that we have so many differences in differences physically, physiologically, psychologically, intellectually, emotionally. We are all different. So we need to understand ourselves, and it is better if you can also understand, assess constitution of your parents, your siblings, your friends, so that you will be able to deal with them in a better way. So, and one more important principle is principle of similarity and dissimilarity. So this is something which we need to be a bit more. This is one important principle on which entire body's metabolism is resting upon. We need to understand it in a better way. I don't know if I was clear when I first introduced this principle, but now I would like to do it in a more better way. Any food or any activity with certain qualities will directly enhance similar qualities or properties in our body and mind. The same food or the activity will also decrease certain qualities in our body and mind which are dissimilar to their own properties. The food and activities which are identical in nature with that of the bodily tissues, when used judiciously, they will ultimately cause nourishment of these tissues, bring about the health and long life without any diseases. And in contrast, the food substances and activities which are dissimilar to the nature of the body, nature of the bodily tissues, they will ultimately cause reduction in their quality. So we need to avoid contradictory factors and adopt food and activities which are responsible for the maintenance of the equilibrium of the bodily tissues, and it will prevent damage to body, and normal state of equilibrium can be maintained. I will give you an example. So if you are having some blocked nose and congestion in the throat and full of phlegm and all, so this particular problem is having a quality of guru guna, heaviness and slowness and coldness. All these some properties are there. So you need to choose any food which is having opposite properties, so that this excess accumulation of mucus and phlegm and all these things will get reduced. Opposite qualities, for example, instead of cold property, we need to choose property which is having hot food which is having hot property. Instead of slow, fast property. Instead of this what we call pichila guna or snigdha guna, we need to have a kathina ruksha guna, roughness. Instead of this thing, dryness, because it is having lots and lots of slime and this thing, something which will absorb all this thing with the help of dryness. So we choose certain items like haldi, ginger and pepper, and we make a decoction, tulsi, and we make a decoction which is having opposite qualities of this particular phlegm accumulation. Then they will instantly reduce this. And for example, you are doing a lot of you are exposing your body to sunlight, hot sun. This hot sun is also having the opposite qualities of this phlegm. So this hot sun itself will help in liquefaction of this phlegm and opening all the channels. So we need to choose the activities, choose the food, choose the spices, herbs accordingly. This is about the disease. But if you want to strengthen your muscles, and muscles, like you know that food items which are rich in protein, they will directly nourish the muscles. If you want to build more muscles, if you want to strengthen your bones, food items which are rich in calcium, which will give more minerals and nutrients which are strengthening to the bones, then we need to choose such food items. So we can apply this principle of similarity and dissimilarity in so many places, which I will tell you within in this class or next class. So many places where we can practically apply this principle of similarity and dissimilarity. But for that, we need to have an eye to see what is happening inside our body and what are we choosing to nourish our body. So are these items having, or do they have certain qualities which will nourish those tissues which need more nourishment, maximum nourishment, and certain food items which can, for example, you want to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, there are so many food items which have the properties opposite to the fat. For example, horse gram, for example, jow, or this we call them yava in Sanskrit, jow in Hindi, and again apart from horse gram and jow, we have this honey, hot water. There are so many things which will reduce the accumulation of fat. There are so many food items which we can judiciously use to reduce, for example, barley, jow, and this we call laja. Laja is puffed rice. There are so many items which are very, very light in nature, and also they will reduce the fat. So we need to choose proper food so that we can reduce the fat, excess accumulation of the fat inside the body. So if you want to gain weight, gain more muscle, gain more fat, then you should avoid things like jow and barley and horse gram, which might further reduce the weight. So opposite qualities, more rice, more ghee, more proteins, which will increase the bulk of mass of the body. So you can look at each and every food item and see if this particular food item is in harmony with my own body, with my own constitution. For that, first we need to understand our own constitution, and then we need to have a knowledge about each and every item we choose. It's not a very complicated thing. If we have that principle in our mind, and if we can just have a open eye, we can see and analyze and implement each and every aspect of this principle of similarity and dissimilarity in our own life. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes to complete this. One more important thing is we need proper nourishment, but the same food which can nourish our body can also become poison to the body. Choosing the right food, cooking it in a right way, and consuming the food in a right quantity at the right time, it can enhance our health and prevent most of the diseases. Whereas giving importance only to the taste and neglecting all the healthy food habits can make us completely unhealthy. So avoiding junk foods filled with artificial taste enhancers which can cause long-term damage to our health is very important. Nowadays all the food items which are prepared outside, they are doing lots and lots of research so that you will never feel that no, this food, this much is enough. So this enough feeling will never happen if these taste enhancers are there in the food. So they overstimulate our taste buds in such a way that we always will feel like eating more and more and more, even if our stomach is full. If we give a rest for half an hour, 1 hour, after 1 hour we feel like eating more and more. So such kind of research is being done. Billions of dollars are being spent on creating these chemicals which can overstimulate the taste buds and make us always crave for the same food items again and again and again. So such things are happening outside. We need to be more vigilant, more aware of what we are choosing for our nourishing our body. So we need to avoid all these junk foods filled with artificial taste enhancers. And of course food items which are prepared, even the crops having lots and lots of pesticides, or lots and lots of artificial fertilizers, and crops grown out of this genetically modified seeds and all these things, they will have a very bad impact on our entire health. So we need to choose wisely. We need to connect with people who are producing these food items, and we need to prepare them in a proper way. If we are just not worried about the kind of preparation happening inside our house, and we are just eating outside and eating lots and lots of junk food, and this processed food with less fiber, with less nutrients, and more extra, it's like in fact I would like to say that there are some nutrients which are more in quantity, which will directly disturb the fat metabolism and increase the accumulation of fat, and this obesity, heart problems, diabetes, all these things will increase because the food we are choosing is not right. And if you are not eating in the right time, if you are not eating in the right quantity, all these things might disturb our body. And of course one more important thing is we also need to understand the compatibility of the food. One glass of orange juice can be refreshing and nourishing to one person. The same glass of orange juice, it might cause heartburn, acidity, or some other problem to another person. So one man's food can be another man's poison. Food might be good. Previous case, the food items are universally bad. Food items with these artificial flavor enhancers, artificial chemicals and fertilizers and all those things, they are universally bad. But there are healthy food items which might not be compatible with our own system, with our own constitution. That also we need to have an understanding. What are those food items which are not compatible with my own gut, with my own body, with my own constitution? So if we have a profound understanding about our own constitution, and also understanding about the things which we are choosing and also the origin, then we will be able to make right decisions as far as nourishing the body is concerned. Of course there are so many other aspects, so I think I will stop here. We have half an hour more, so we will take up questions, and I will also discuss the theory part whenever it is needed. So Manisha ji.
Yes, that's nice. So shall we request our friends and participants to put up their queries?
Yes.
I can see very weak.
Okay, can I?
Please. Yes,
Yes.
Sukhada ji.
Thank you, Rishabh. Thank you, Dr. Sundararajan sir. Actually, it's you were talking about food, and I'm having really problems related to digestion system actually.
Okay.
So, and it's a long problem. It started around 5 years back, and I always have a weak digestion system. So, and since 5 years.
Yes, in the way, so we may take some question now.
Extremely sorry, I was unable to connect to the internet, and luckily Parikshit ji has played a old session. So if you have any questions in that session, please do ask me so that I'll clear any doubts. And if you have any other questions not related to the topic also, I will clear. So yes, Subbarao ji, yes.
Sundararajan, namaste. Is my voice audible?
Yes, clear, very clear.
Jay, Sundararajan, eating eating the fruits in which time is best? Is it in early morning or in the evening or night?
Morning time is the best time.
See, Ji.
And between two meals also you can have one or two fruits.
Ji.
Okay, but not in the night time. Sometimes the fruits can become heavy in the night time.
Ji. Can we take after before? We should take before 6. Is it right?
Yeah, before 6, that is fine. Between lunch and dinner, in between like snacks, you can have fruits. Between breakfast and in lunch also, you can have fruits, or you can take fruits as breakfast. Only fruits without having anything else. That also is okay. But if you want to take fruits as dinner, then you have to be very sure about your digestive strength, because nighttime heavy food is not advised. Of course, people think that fruits are light to get digested, because when you compare with the food which is available in the market, which is over fried with lot of chemicals, which needs a lot of processing from the body side, that is a bit heavier than fruit. So people feel lighter when they eat fruits. But if you are eating regular food regularly, then fruits will become a bit heavier than a regular cooked food in the night time. But other times you can have fruits, but don't mix fruits and cooked food, and don't eat them together. There can be a gap of at least 1.5 to 2 hours between fruits and food. If you have fruits at 5 or 6 o'clock, then at least after 1.5 hours you can have your lunch, dinner.
Jay, in my case, in the morning between 7:45 to 8, I take fruit and carrots. One type of one type of fruit and carrots. If at 8:30, what happens is I become hungry. So is it okay or it is any problem? In between 8 to 8:30, my gut clears. Ji.
Okay. So like what time you'll have your fruits and vegetables?
At
7:30.
7:45 to 8. Between 8 to 8:15 or at the time, my gut clears, and then after 8:30 I get more hunger. Yes, ji.
Okay.
Is it okay? Is it good or not?
Generally, if you eat fruits before your regular food, that is okay. If you eat fruits after your regular food, then it will be a problem, because fruits travel faster than the regular food, cooked food. So if the faster one is ahead, it is not a problem. But if you eat heavier food first and then you eat fruits later, then the cooked food will travel slowly, and fruits tend to travel fast, and that will be a problem. So that is okay in your case, but I am more concerned about the time when you your intestines are getting emptied, like your gut, your rectum is getting emptied. That should be before sunrise. And the key to have a regular bowel movement before sunrise is to get up before sunrise. That is the first thing. Sleep early. That is the second thing. Eat early in the night. That is also important. And of course, include a lot of fruits and vegetables. That is also very important. Include a lot of things which are what we call unctuous in nature. Unctuous in the sense smooth and oily and ghee type butter and all those things that will increase the intestinal motility. So if all these things happen, then early in the morning before sunrise, you will have a nice bowel movement. And after that, you will have a sufficient hunger, and then you can decide whether to take only fruits or only breakfast, or you can give a gap of 1 hour between fruits and breakfast.
So can I take fruits in the early morning, 5 or 5:30? Is it advisable?
No, not 5 or 5:30. At least after sunrise.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ji.
Before sunrise, it is not advisable to take anything.
Okay. It in the evening at around 7, I take carrot only, not fruits, carrot only. At 7:30, I could go for my meal.
Why don't you cook carrot?
Ji.
Why don't you have carrot like a curry? Why raw?
Ji.
Why are you eating it raw? And why only carrot every day?
Ji. Due to carrot only, my bowl is clear. What I feeling. It may be not correct.
Yes. See, you have to increase the vegetables in your meal. For example, if you are eating 1 roti, then 2 cups of curry. If you are eating 2 rotis, take 4 cups of curry. Okay. In that way, there will be enough fiber in your food, and that will help you have a nice bowel movement. Even when you are eating rice also, eat less rice and more curry. And this curry, it should not be fried a lot. It should be a bland curry, not fried one. With tadka and all, it's okay, but you can put, but not, you should not deep fry the curry. You should boil it and put some tadka, so that you will be able to eat more curry. And more curry, more fruits, that will help your bowel movement.
Okay, Ji. Thank you very much. Ji.
Satyaranjan Jaina ji.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, any tips to detox the body?
Yes, that is very important for all of us. Detoxification of our body every day and on seasonal basis also, it's very important. So one important and easiest way is to apply warm oil to the whole body and do some physical activity, and then take hot water bath and allow a lot of perspiration to come. That itself will remove most of the toxins from each and every cell of the body. When you perspire a lot, sweating should happen. Normally we don't allow our body to sweat. We sit under the fan or in the AC, and we don't allow the body to detoxify itself. So if you do a lot of physical activity after applying hot oil and do take hot water bath, body will sweat a lot, and a lot of toxins will come out of the body. That is the easiest way to detox. Of course, we have discussed in the previous sessions about cleansing the nasal channels, ear, eyes, oral cavity, and all that also you can do. But apart from that, there is one tradition in Andhra Pradesh, like people drink this castor oil, around 30 ml of castor oil with hot milk in the night time. So that will help the person to get loose motions in the next early morning next day. So at around 9:30, 10 p.m., they drink 1 cup of hot milk with 30 ml of castor oil. So generally, it depends upon your what we call costa or your digestive this thing. Some people may need less than that. Maybe just 2 spoons of castor oil may cause 3-4 loose motions for someone. For some people, it will be more than that. So for people who are having difficulty with having loose motions, for them we suggest 30 ml, 30 ml of castor oil. So that will help you have proper detoxification.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Suryakant ji, you can switch on your mic and ask your question.
या नमस्ते भैया।
Namaste.
भैया मेरा 2 क्वेश्चन है।
Uh-huh.
One is related to detoxification of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Just now the discussion was went.
Mm-hmm.
Now can we use the Pet Safa or Kayam Churn? These can it be used?
Yeah, Kayam Churn and other laxatives are okay, they can be used, but you should not use them on a prolonged basis, not more than 45 days. Okay. So
Continuously not use it.
sometimes you can use, and if you feel that you have to use it regularly, then you have to increase the fiber content in the food, chew the food properly, increase the water intake, and also increase the butter, ghee, and oily parts of the food, and avoid things like chocolate, you know, junk food, food with a lot of preservatives, food which is not freshly prepared, over fried food, and food with a lot of you know, what we call maida, flour, and you know, foods made out of atta and all powders. Such food you need to avoid. And alcohol, red meat, all these things will increase constipation. So we need to take care of our food and lifestyle. Sleep early, get up early. If you just get up early regularly, the bowel movement will be very good. These things we need to put in our keep in our this thing to ensure proper bowel movement.
Okay, Bhaiya, one more question is that tur dal in our region, the regularly we used to have tur dal daily, almost morning, evening, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the cause of any that constipation, acidity?
See, pulses are rich in protein and they are heavy and not easy to get digested. So if you are putting proper tadaka, adding proper spices, and also doing proper physical activity, then body will be able to digest the tur dal easily, and also it will get nourished from the protein. But if it is not prepared properly and you are not doing this proper physical activity, then it body will have difficulty in digesting tur dal. And when there is difficulty in digesting tur dal, definitely it will cause constipation.
Okay, Bhaiya. That last question, Bhaiya, that's related to milk. That's hot milk can we take daily
Yes, we
after
can
food?
take after.
After food, like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Usually, I used to take the food before 9 almost. And after food, that's having a gap of half an hour. Can we have a glass of milk?
Yeah. Bedtime milk is very, very good. Best time to have
Okay.
milk is the bedtime.
Yeah, some people they does not suggest taking milk. That's so many times they say that it is only for the concerned cough like that. That milk
This
should not be
is the
taken like this.
this is the argument of a certain group of vegans and some people who say that human body is unable to digest milk. But to in Ayurveda, we have a special treatment called Kshirapana therapy. For 48 days, we make the patient drink only milk. That too, patients who are very weak, who need a lot of nourishment, who need a lot of regeneration. For those people, we give milk as the only food and nothing else. And we see wonderful results after 48 days. And to give you context, I am right now taking milk as my only food from the past 20 days. Today is my 20th day. I am not eating anything else except milk. I am not taking anything else. Whole day I am taking only milk and I'm very fit and fine.
Very good, Bhaiya. Anyway, I think this is a very helpful suggestion for me also.
Yes.
Yeah, nice, Bhaiya. Thank you. Thank you very much for your
Welcome.
suggestions.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Rajendra Prasad ji is saying in Rosa, all of those having fast, they all take food before sunrise. Please suggest this food how to be in body. So normally before sunrise, it is not advisable because of the spiritual, the culture they have. Maybe it is okay for few days, maybe for 1 month also. It is more like fasting, but I have seen some people eating a lot of food before sunrise because the whole day they will not be having any food. They'll eat a lot of food. That is not so good. Maybe light food and whole day fasting and evening after sunset having light food again. That is good. That is fine. But definitely not heavy food before sunrise. That will be a problem. And if you are not doing it for the spiritual practices, then better to do a simple fasting for 10 hours without any water for 2 days in a month. That's all. That will be enough to clean the body and activate the regeneration inside the body. Rajendra ji, thank you. So
Gee, nice, Sundar Bhaiya. It's really a standard discussion today, and we certainly like to have more such discussion. So we'll meet again next Friday from the same link. So thank you all the post and thank you, Sundar Bhaiya. Namaste.
namaste.
Thank you.